Hip-hop since 1987.com.
Terrell Thomas, hip-hop since 1987. We live downtown Atlanta once again on the green couch. We're going to start calling this joint the Green Monster for all the madness that takes place on the green couch here at Live Hip Hop Daily Studio. I'm with a gentleman who you've seen here before, rocking with us. We've been promoting his music, kind of staying in tune with what he has going on in his career. Goes by the name of Mr. Miles. How you feeling today, good sir?
I'm good. How you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. South by Southwest just came to an end. As we see, it's a bright and sunny day out here in Atlanta, something we haven't seen for some time. So birds just chirping, you know what I'm saying? The flowers are getting ready to bloom. Spring is around the corner. Summer is not too far away. So I know you got a lot of good things in store as far as the music is concerned. Most recently, though, outside of Hazard, you released a record entitled The Zoo. It's picking up a lot of noise. I noticed you'll be doing a video for that as well pretty soon. So just talk to me about that record and the concept and why you decided to drop that.
I mean, I was just really trying to go off of the title, you know what I mean? Just because the state that we're in right now, you know what I mean? The zoo. So whatever you're doing, if you're in a bad situation, it's a zoo. You know what I mean? Just referring to any hard situation, it's a zoo, and we all in it right now, you know what I mean? So that's where it came from.
I like that. It's definitely the concrete jungle out here, you know what I'm saying? So we are definitely soldiers in a zoo out here, as you mentioned. I like the lyrics, I like the theme, I like the concept of the record as well. But talk to me as well about Hazard and what all was going on with that record. Is that kind of a spinoff of the zoo and the hazardous times we live in? Talk to me about that record.
I was really trying to go for some bars, man. You know what I mean? Just, you know, right now it's a lot of trends, you know what I mean? So I was trying to hit people with some bars, trying to go back to some real solid lyrics. That's why I was going with that one.
For the visual for the zoo, what are you looking to give people? As you mentioned, you wanted to let your listeners understand that whatever you're going through, whatever your situation is, it's a zoo. You know what I'm saying? And of course, there are different attractions in the zoo. You could be looking at the penguins and looking at the pretty fish. You can be roaming around in the gorillas and the lions. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. There's different compartments of where you could be in the zoo, and definitely different chapters of the story or the book of life. What all are you trying to reveal, unveil, and give as far as a visual appeal in this upcoming video for the zoo?
Just what you said. I mean, you can walk outside, and if you're in the streets, it's the zoo. You know what I mean? I want to capture the streets. Whatever you're doing, any hood, you know what I mean? Anywhere rough, you know what I mean? So that's when I want to capture that. Anywhere that you can put in your mind where you need to take a second to think about going there. That's what I want to give you. You know what I mean?
You mentioned there's a lot of trend going on, but one thing that I notice about you, man, is outside of being an artist, is you stay in tune with what's going on, not only in the world of sports. You kind of stay locked and loaded and what's going on. So let me ask you this, man. 2020 is right around the corner. Of course, it's a lot of hoopla about the next president when Donald Trump, you know, will have to run for office, and of course there'll be people running against him. If you had an opportunity to pick someone to run for the president of the United States outside of yourself, yeah. who would it be, and why would you go with that person?
I mean, I think right now it's a lot of good candidates out there, but then I think we really need to pick somebody that connects with the people.
This could be anybody though, man. It could be anybody.
I've been watching, you know, here and there, and I think Kamala Harris would be a good president. Okay. First female, then she black too. You know what I mean? So I think she's a good person to run with. And I know the guy from Texas, Beto O'Rourke. He's good at connecting with people too. So possibly one of those two.
Musically, and with your sound, with production, that's always a great way to connect with the people. So what are some of your goals for this year? Two records out, as you mentioned, The Zoo. Hazard, a video for The Zoo will be coming real soon. But in the summer, you want to give people something to get jiggy to, you know, something to get down to as they traveling to the beach or out date night, out with the homies or homegirls, wherever the case may be. So what do you have up your sleeves as far as your music is concerned?
Right now, I'm trying to step into different sounds. You know what I mean? So you hear a lot of songs that Kanye, for example, does. He does stuff that sonically it affects people. You know what I mean? So I want to try to do something something along those lines. Not what he does, but something along those lines where it's pleasing sonically. You know what I mean? Different sounds, different themes, a whole lot of that.
So you talking about the sonic booms and sonic noise like we playing Street Fighter or something. So did that mean Mr. Miles about to get out here on a Sunday afternoon in the park and get his church going like Kanye?
I ain't gonna do that. But you know, as far as his music, I'm gonna try to do something different sonically with that.
You stay in tune with Alabama football. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah. Roll Tide, Roll Shore, and all that good stuff right there. The NFL draft is right around the corner. We've been hearing a lot of noise about who could possibly go first overall. Nick Bosa, the brother of Joey Bosa, who just recently at Ohio State. Kyler Murray, cat that I honestly think will end up going #1. Who do you see as the most talented pick coming up in this upcoming draft? And give me a sleeper if you have one. Someone you think will be a sleeper when they get a chance on the NFL roster.
I think right now it's a lot of debate, like you say, Kyler Murray. From what I've seen, he's been one of the best quarterbacks, you know what I mean? So I think he will go #1. But as far as one of the sleepers, I think one of our defensive players on Alabama will be in that top 5.
He got excited, you know, the Birdman hand rub right there. That's funny. That's funny to me. We've seen a lot of artists grow in Alabama in our time of knowing you. We've seen some artists definitely grow, and we've seen a light getting ready to shine. I see the tides turning. People starting to really notice the talent that's taking place or living inside of the great state of Alabama. Why do you think your state is finally getting noticed for its musical talents?
I think because of the state that people listen to music, it's much easier to put music out now. You know what I mean? So a lot of the big record labels and stuff like that is far away from Alabama. So, of course, it's easier for us now to actually put music out and try to push it by means of social media, the internet, whatever it is. You know, we don't really have to go straight to a record label nowadays. So that helps a lot when it comes to the artists down there.
I know you've been in the booth a whole lot as of lately. So where has your mind been recently as far as when you're making your music, when you're conducting and kind of getting geared up to getting ready to drop a new project? What type of music are you looking to get out there, and what type of messages are you looking to send to your fans and upcoming new fans?
I mean, the type of messages pretty much stay on point with what I've been giving them. You know, anything that they can relate to. And as far as the music that I do, I tell you, a lot of the music that I do, I have to get that certain feeling from the beat. So if the beat makes me feel a certain way, it's kind of what drives me toward the type of song that I'll be creating. So I get a lot of energy and a lot of vibes from the type of beats that I'm getting.
Are you going for a particular sound when you were talking about, you know, sonically hearing things and a particular beat? Is there a particular sound that you're looking to grab with this upcoming project?
Anything with some keys in it. You know, right now we got a lot of bass and stuff in it too. So anything with some keys, some horns, whatever. Anything outside of the norm, you know what I mean? So that's what it is.
You know, I like to, I can't say like to. I love to talk a little sports, man. NBA playoffs is right around the corner. Who do you see coming home with the finals trophy this year? And who is your MVP? Who's your MVP this year?
I'm going to have to give it to Harden, man. I had to give it to the Beard. But I think as far as the championship, the Warriors. Okay. But MVP, definitely James Harden, man.
Do you think this is one of the greatest seasons we ever seen from an individual player, individual talent?
I think it's one of, you know what I mean? He's done something. He scored over 30 points against half of the league right now or more. So I think we witnessing one of the best seasons.
What's next for Mr. Miles? What's next for your music? Where do you see yourself going? When we sit down and talk to you, say September, October, and kind of recap and see what's going on with you, where do you want your fans to see your music, and where do you want to personally feel like your music is going?
I want to collaborate with more people, you know, whether that's producers or other artists, you know, singers and stuff like that. I want to get out there and shake some hands and, you know, work with some other people.
Let our audience know where they can check you out, how they can check out the zoo, and just once again let them know where they can get ready to see when the visual drops.
Check me out on Instagram at Mr. Miles Music, and on Twitter, Mr. Miles MW3. Check me out.
You know what it is, Terrell Thomas. We live. Shout out to Live Hip Hop Daily as always. You rocking with hip hop since 1987. Stay tuned. We bringing you a lot more from Mr. Miles and everything this young brother has going on.